Hi. This is our podcast.
Yes, very new.
It's very new, and we don't know what we're doing.
But we're very excited about knitting.
We are. Yes, we are. This is Sarah.
Hi.
I'm Christine. Mm-hmm. Sarah, what do you do?
I am a yarn dyer. And how about you?
I am a knitting designer, and I write knitting patterns.
So we thought this would be a great matchup, and we can talk about our hobbies and
you can hang out with us for 30 to 45 minutes or possibly an hour, and it will be really fun.
Yes.
We hope. So, Sarah, where can you be found on the internet?
Yes. So on social media, I'm Superfine Yarn Co, and I sell yarn at superfineyarn.com.
I need something to do with my hands. I
have to.
I can't just not have anything. It makes me nervous, you guys. So you're Superfine Yarn Co. On Instagram.
Correct. And Facebook.
And is that your website too?
Superfineyarn.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I am Christine Parker Co. On Instagram. And that's also my website, christineparkerco.com, I think. And I'm on Twitter too, but I very rarely go on there because it's a dumpster fire. But I'm Christine Park Co. on Twitter, should you want to find me there. Was that it?
Yeah.
Did we get everything?
I think so.
Okay. Should we take a break now?
Yes, let's.
That was hard. So, we have a giveaway for you because we love to give you free stuff.
So I have a sparkle mini set. This is 5 little minis. And
shoot me a picture of that.
I will.
And I'll make it big because we're kind of far away.
Okay. Yeah, do you want to? We can scooch this up. How about we do that?
Okay.
Or then is it going to cut off the...
No, we're fine.
Okay. Or
hold please. We're going to rearrange a little. That's better.
Yay.
Okay.
So we can do the giveaway again.
Okay.
Let's see. And we could still insert one if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, this way it's... Okay, so we have a giveaway. I have some sparkle minis. They're 5. I'm calling them my brights. So we have those.
I love this one.
I know. They're all super vibrant. So if you comment down below, you'll be entered for the giveaway. And
yes.
we
also have some sweary stickers. So if you like swearing and yarn, and you probably do because you're here, we have... This one I cannot keep in my store. It sells out every time it says, fuck off, I'm knitting. I'll put a picture. And there's a rainbow ball of yarn. So there's a fuck off, I'm knitting. And there's another fuck off, I'm knitting. This one is a pink ball of yarn. And then I have fuck off, I'm crocheting for our crochet friends with a rainbow ball of yarn. So if you comment, we'll put all of those together. That'll be like one little giveaway package. Comment on our YouTube, which will be under here somewhere, and then we'll pick somebody and you will win some stuff, and that will be great. Okay. Giveaway's done. What's next?
talk about our stuff.
Okay.
So I was just going to do like
highlights
of newish.
Oh my God, it's so pretty, all that stuff you have over there. Yeah, you talk about your dye stuff, and then I'll talk about what I'm designing, and then that'll like flow into whatever projects you're working on knitting. Because all that I'm knitting right now is my own design.
When you're designing.
Yeah. Okay, show me some yarn.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so I have some of my new yarns to show you. This one, I just have a few left. Actually, I have 3 of these left. And this is called Sarah Smile. I'm a child of the 70s, so Hall & Oates. So really, this has lots of nice areas of color. So I've got some like real nice greens, yellows, peachy, pinks.
It's like screaming fall at me.
Yeah, I think I
so
should have
pretty.
one twisted up. There's a picture of one twisted on the site, but I like kind of when they're hanging out like
It's
this.
so,
too.
that's, what base is
And
this?
this is MCN DK weight.
I am friends with this base
You
because
are.
I knit the Hildebrand Cowl in this base. And it's so squishy and good. That's a good base.
So then...
Anything with cashmere.
Yes.
I can't wait to see this one.
This is my newer base, Lush Bulky, and this is Solar Flare. So super squishy, and you hadn't squished it.
I hadn't squished it yet. It's so squishy, and it has the most beautiful twist.
I tried at least 10 different bulkies before I found this.
That's
one. I was like,
so awesome.
This is it, and I don't need to keep looking. So
I've never seen, like, I don't think I've ever seen one with this kind of, like, with that twist and the bounce. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so,
that's really gorgeous.
So that's up on the site, and my site newly is organized by weight, so it's lace weight all the way down to bulky. So when you drop it down, you'll see this at the bottom, and that's Solar Flare. I had a show this past weekend, and all the dyers, we did a special color, and it's called Fall is for Fiber. So this is kind of some muted oranges, some burgundy, a little bit of like almost like slate.
Excuse me, I just burped. This is like a little bit darker, I think, for your your style.
It is, and my brother's been helping me dye.
Nice.
So he, has a different palette than I do too. So this one
Very
turned
cool.
out nice.
That one is also very fall. Obviously, what's it called again?
Fall is for Fiber.
Fall is for
So
fiber.
that's what all the dyers kind
that's
of
pretty.
use the same palette. And then another one is Cloud 9.
Ooh, I've been admiring this one on Instagram.
Oh, I really like this one too.
Is this the Erie Singles?
This is single, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what this hat is made out of. Oh yeah, guys, I knit this hat out of Sarah's yarn.
Yep, Pennyroyal.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
really
those
pretty.
are the ones that I'm kind of highlighting. How about you? What are you working on?
What am I working on? Okay, so yesterday I finished this hat. It doesn't have a name yet, and I probably have hat hair, but like whatever. And I'll have to put a picture up, I think. Oh wow, I do have hat hair. The thing about this hat is that it's reverse stockinette, which is normally a pain in the ass to knit in the round, but I have constructed it in such a way that there is no purling.
That's amazing.
I'm lying. There's a tiny bit of purling, but it's just like in the ribbing. It's very little purling. So
and then talk about the top construct. Like, how did you?
oh my gosh, the top. This was a pain in the ass to figure out. And I'll put a picture for you guys, but I'm going to show Sarah. I can't reveal the secret of how this thing is made. So it's sort of, because it's very top secret, but I worked really hard to get these, the crown decreases to match the ribbing, because I wanted it to all like blend. Yeah, that reverse stockinette. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. This is probably going to be my next pattern release.
And name still?
I don't have a name yet. I'm toying with like Retrograde Fade.
Ooh.
We'll see, because what I'm working on now, I just cast this on this morning, is a scrappy version of this same hat. Oh, to knit with the minis.
Minis.
I knit the scrappy version once already, and because it was the first prototype, I kept screwing it up. So yesterday I ripped it apart, and now I'm redoing it, and it's going to be, now that I have the solid color version, I know what I'm doing, so it'll be fine. Hopefully. But I have a bunch of scraps in here to knit the scrappy version with. And then I'm also simultaneously working on a big, huge shawl.
This is what I want to see. Oh my gosh.
So this is the first prototype. This one is the Paramellowgram Wrap, and it is so called because Yes, it's still in the needles, so
Okay,
just be
I'll
careful.
be careful.
It's a huge parallelogram. It's knit on the bias. It's all garter stitch, knit on the bias. So it's just a huge rectangle wrap that like skews 45 degrees. And you can use scraps. These are mini skeins from Loopy Luna Fibers and Cornbread and Honey Fibers. Nice. They are both Ohio dyers, like Sarah.
We'll put their info below.
Yeah, I'll link to their Instagrams or websites or whatever.
This is amazing.
Thanks. The only problem is that I measured wrong, like with my gauge, I was off. So it came out way skinnier than I wanted, which is fine. I'm gonna...
Well, it's almost long enough to make up for...
Oh, yeah, it's really long, but I want to knit another one.
Okay.
And I want to do it in a fade kit. So I am in talks with Ryan Yarns. Do you know him? He's from Georgia. We've been talking about doing a custom fade kit for the body. So that is in the works.
You were posting about, there was something about the sides you were working on. Was it either like...
Yeah, so...
What are you thinking with that?
The way this is constructed is you start here at the bottom of the body and knit on the bias a big long, not a tube, rectangle, parallelogram. You just knit, knit a scarf basically. And then you pick up stitches along the edge of the shawl. It's hard to see because it's all smushed together. You pick up stitches here and work up. So just to add a little bit of like body to the body of the shawl and make it a little bigger. And then when you're done with the sides, you're going to pick up stitches along the top and bottom edges and knit, I think it's like 10 rows or something to make, to finish the edge. Yeah. And I'm going to add on optional buttons and buttonholes so that you can button the ends together and, make it like a big, huge, squishy cowl. Because I love rectangle wraps, but I like never know how to wear them. And I'm always like, oh, I wish this end would just like stay there.
Where you want it to.
Yeah, but I don't like shawl pins because they poke out and they stick me and they don't stay in. So I'm like, I'm going to try buttons.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good solution. Now, are you asking Ryan for a certain palette, or are you just kind of see how it goes?
So he just put these really gorgeous neon green and neon yellow solids in his shop, and I'm like, can you make me a fade of those with like some black and gray speckles?
Oh my gosh.
So that's where we're headed with that.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. And I just like, I've been thinking about getting hiring some sample knitters because I can't knit fast enough all the stuff that I want to make.
Yeah.
But this one I will probably knit again myself because it's just garter stitch is my favorite.
No, that's awesome.
Squishy,
I
stripey.
love sample knitters because I can't dye and knit all the things I want to.
You just can't. So that's coming. I started putting together a Google Drive, a Google Forms application. So when I get that out, that'll be on my website, and then people can apply. And if it's a good fit, then we can, I'll pay you to knit my stuff. So watch for that because that'll be fun.
It is lovely.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Oh, coronavirus.
No, don't say it.
So those are the patterns that I'm working on, which are also my works in progress, my whips.
Oh my gosh.
What are you knitting?
So I'm worried about this monthly thing because I don't knit very fast. So we'll see how I'm doing by next month. But I have
Me neither.
Lava Lake by Stephen West. And I fell in love with it, and it's enormous. And I'm only on my third color, but I am in love with it. So
nice. This is garter stitch too.
Yeah, it's tons of garter stitch.
That's my favorite.
Trying to see if I'm on the right side. But yeah, so it's a 5-color fade. You fade into the darkest color and then back out to the other side. So it's a little unique and really fun for a dyer to plan. So my problem is I keep fussing with the darker colors and swapping them out. And so I'm on color 3 right now, but I can't get the last 2 colors right. I think I have them, and I'll like hold them up together. So it's kind of like a peachy to like a bronzy to this next one is like a light purple, kind of multicolor. So that's as far as I am with that. So we'll see how I do.
Are you like knitting it and then dyeing colors as you knit?
Yes, because I had kind of a rough one, and then I loved this. Let me see if I can show you that. You'll see it better. Here, this was Dragon Bite, and it turned out so nice, and I wanted to add that, so I added that in, but then it was too similar to the 4th color that I had in my original one, so now I keep going a little darker as I go. So that's the problem, is I keep changing my mind.
It's really cute.
So that's Lava Lake.
Show
and
your
then,
project bag, because I recognize that. That's really cute.
And Speckled Red. Mm-hmm. I was at a show earlier this year. And,
I was at that show.
And she was my neighbor. And look at this freaking cute bag.
It's so cute.
I know, and it has little stripies on the inside. So she is great. We'll put her info below.
Is she from Ohio?
She is.
We love Ohioans
Yeah.
here, being as we are from Ohio. That's such a good size, too.
It's great.
Yeah. Which size is this one?
I don't know the
That's
name
fine.
for it.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah,
it's good.
I'm a big shawl knitter, so
Yeah.
I need like the sweater size. Mm-hmm. And then with the new bulky, I had to start something. So I started the Winter Brunch Shawl by Laura Chow. And it's really fun. I haven't knit with bulky probably 10 years. And it is going so fast, and it's amazing. So I hopefully will have some progress on this one by the next time.
Ooh.
So this is kind of a tonal gray, His Girl Friday. And this is a 3 skein shawl. And I can get that done. And
I love that color. I love gray. Gray and black.
I know, I've been doing so many brights. I was like, for years, I was more of like a, I didn't wear like super bright colors. So I think this is kind of like a throwback to college me. So that's that one. So those are the 2 I'm working on.
I want to share my project bag because I just got it yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
This is from Republica Unicornia. Oh. Yes, it's a little triangle. It's a little, she has it labeled as like a sock project bag, but I hate knitting socks.
Hats.
So
it's perfect for hats.
Yeah. So I put my little hat in it. You could even get away with like a little shawl, like a 1 skein shawl in there, but it's like a pyramid shape.
And the antique chairs.
Yeah, and it's got little Eames chairs on it or whatever, little vintage chairs. And there's Pyrex bowls on the inside. Can you see it, you guys? It's so cute. And she put a little unicorn charm on there too, which I just love. So
where is she from? I know her name.
I believe Georgia. Oh, wow. She's from Atlanta, yeah. Okay. If you don't follow her on Instagram, you should, because she's hilarious. Okay. She's lovely. Very funny. And she bought one of my fuck off stickers, so I love her for that. So I just said we love Ohioans. This is actually okay. This skein. Would you hold it for me? Thank you. Is a skein from my friend Heather, who actually grew up like right down the street from where I currently live. Now she lives in Columbus. Heather, her company is Loopy Luna Fibers, and I used one of her neon mini skeins, this purple, in this in the Paramellowgram Wrap, and it knit up so pretty. It's like real like tonal pinks and purples. I was like, I need a full skein of that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but that's what this is. I have it now, and it's so pretty. And this colorway is called Party Pants, which I think is just hilarious and adorable. So I got that because she is a sweet baby angel, and her yarn is so cute. What else?
I think we should talk about your other designs.
My other designs?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was the Hildebrand Cowl. Which way does it go? This way. That I made for Sarah, using her yarns. This is your MCN DK weight. MCN means merino, cashmere, and nylon.
Got it.
So it's really soft, and it's this, like anything with cashmere, I won't, but I want to rub my face on it.
I remember when you were picking them out and we were squishing, and I was like, oh wait, here, squish these. And that was that.
So this was really a fun design to make because I knew I wanted to do like a Cleveland inspired design because obviously we're both from Cleveland. And I was like looking at some different like landmarks and architecture and whatever in the Cleveland area, and I was like, wait, Sarah has her studio in a historic building. This is the Hildebrand building that we are in right now. Yeah. I lost my train of thought, so we can just edit that part out. We're in the Hildebrand building, which used to be it was like a meat packing plant.
It was. So, yeah, been like a family owned like meat packing business, and now it's turned into artist spaces, and there's a lot of food entrepreneurs. There's food trucks that park in the back, and they this is their home base. And then
there's a bread something. I smell toast right now. I'm not having a stroke, right?
You are not having a stroke.
Okay.
It actually is, if you can believe it, it's coffee. It's Rising Star.
Get
and
out.
It smells like bread to me too. And it's funny, if I park down under there while I'm roasting coffee, you get like little coffee, like there's little flakes in the air.
Is there really?
It's really
oh my
cute.
gosh.
So we also have Storehouse Tea. She blends her own tea. Billy Ritter, who's a ceramic artist right next door to me. And I'll mention others as we go along with our podcast.
Yeah,
but it's
there's
a
ton
huge
of
building.
Yeah. It's a
we're
cool
really
building.
lucky.
So that's why I wanted to use it. I remember when I came here the first time, that was like in February or something. When so we met at a yarn show.
Yes.
In like February or something.
Yep.
And then I came here to talk about doing a pattern collaboration. And then quarantine, like the COVID hit or whatever, and we haven't hung out since. So this is the first time we're even hanging out. But we've been talking online and stuff. We're Instagram friends. But when I came here that one time, I remember seeing there was like cool, like the brick work is really cool. And then there were these really interesting like diamond shapes in the brick. They were like stone or something. And I was like, I want to make some lace out of that. So there's like this, you can't see it, we're too far away. There's a like a diamond lace, eyelet lace, and then obviously the brick stitch. And I really love this picot. It's a picot cast on and bind off.
Really, really pretty.
Thanks. So yeah, and your yarn just makes it like jump out with that like really pretty, like the dark purple and the lunar with the flecks of purple and blue. Oh, it's so pretty. So that's the Hildebrand Cowl. That's available on Ravelry and my web shop. That is that. That's the Hildebrand Cowl. People who follow me on Instagram know that I frequently have a couch pile, like where stuff just accumulates in my couch. And we're doing that here. We've got a couch pile full of yarn and knitting patterns, and it's good stuff. So here's my other recent pattern, you guys. This is the Bomb Pop Shawl. Ooh. This was my first pattern that I had professionally edited. I had it tested. We did a professional photo shoot for it. It was really, really fun. And so it's a 2 skein shawl. This is made out of 2 skeins of fingering weight or sock yarn. The blue I used hedgehog fibers, sock yarn, The colorway is Water Lily, which is discontinued. Actually, I think it was in a club that I was part of a million years ago. And so that I had it in my stash, and I'm like, what? I love this blue yarn so much. What am I going to make with it? And then the red border is, I'm getting tired, and so I can't think as clearly. The red is Tosh Merino Light. Just the color's neon red. And it's...
I feel like it picks up a little.
Yeah. So the body of the shawl is knit in like a stockinette eyelet stitch, just like staggered eyelets. It's super simple. And then it transitions into the border, which is just the same lace stitch, but in garter stitch instead of stockinette. And so, and it's a big triangle shawl, but it's like a shallow triangle, so the ends are real long, and you can just like like we could both share this shawl right now.
Actually can.
And it's really fun to wear. I'm so excited that the weather is turning, even though I hate fall so much. But I'm excited to like actually get a chance to wear this.
So what's your favorite season?
Spring, because then you have the whole summer after that. Fall means that winter's coming. Yeah.
Especially living in Cleveland.
Oh my God. Our winters are something else. So yeah, that's the Bomb Pop Shawl. That one is also on Ravelry and in my web shop.
You designed a lot this year. That's, I mean, you really...
I did. I have...
Like you're...
Well, thanks, because it feels...
I mean, it may not feel that way to you.
It feels so slow to me.
No, I think...
Yeah, and then I have... My 2 patterns from last year are... I didn't bring them, but it's the nope hat, the uncooperative hat, where it's just like a color work worsted weight hat, and it says nope over the top. So that's... Right now, actually, that one, it was a free pattern, but I made it a paid pattern. It's only $2, but then 100% of the sales from that pattern are going to the bail project to help folks who can't afford bail to get out of sitting in jail while they're awaiting trial and whatever. So if you want to support that cause, you can go buy the Uncooperative Hat. And then so I have 4 patterns: Uncooperative Hat, Bomb Pop Shawl, the Hildebrand Cowl, and the other one is another cowl. Guys, I'm so tired. The Big Fatty Cowl. Nice. I wore that one when I met you. Mm-hmm. It's like a big, super bulky cowl. It's garter stitch with like a slip stitch edge, and it's so easy to make. That's a freebie. Nice. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm excited to like make more patterns. That's why I was saying I'm gonna have to hire sample knitters, because I just can't make all the stuff I want to make fast enough.
Definitely. And then you can have different samples. It's nice to have different ones to show. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I would have loved to have this guy in multiple colors, so my friend Jaudia, her Instagram is Cleveland Brand Photos, CLE Brand Photos, and we went and did a photo shoot down in the Waterloo Arts District.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. But I only had the one shawl, and like, you know, like you're modeling and like you change outfits and whatever. But I only had the one in these one colors, but this took me like 4 months to knit.
It's like I'm not knitting another one.
Yeah, that's that with the pattern. But yeah, fun stuff in the pipeline though.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So is the hat or the wrap coming out next? The wrap.
Probably the hat.
Okay.
Because it's faster for me to knit, so I can like, once I finish the scrappy version, I'm gonna start test knitters on it, and then I want to have some sample knitters test the cowl and make the cowl, because I have the pattern written out. I just don't want to make it.
Right.
So, and then while all that's going on, I will be working on the second prototype of the Paramellowgram Wrap in hopefully Ryan's fade kit that he's gonna make for me, because he's a sweet baby angel.
So much fun.
I know. It's so exciting. So what you reading? because guys, we want this podcast to be like knitting and yarn and also books, because we're both book nerds.
Yes.
You're an especially book nerd.
Am I? Well, I'm a librarian.
That's what I mean.
So I'm a professional book nerd. So, and we kind of both connected too because we're romance readers and
Romance readers.
So
in a past life, I was a romance writer and editor.
that is unbelievable. So I have to throw a romance in there. So The Vixen by Christi Caldwell.
I'll put a picture up, look at the cover.
She is amazing. I pretty much read everything that she's kind of one of my new-ish romance ladies.
It's a pretty cover.
Very pretty cover. And this series, it's so great. It's a lot of siblings, and in this one, he's an investigator, and she like rescues street urchins, and there's all of this. So it's just wonderful. It's a romance.
Is it historical or?
It's historical. I am like 95% Regency.
Nice.
So it's just, I know what I'm getting, and especially with everything lately, romances are just perfection to me.
They're so comforting.
Definitely.
People talk shit about romance all the time because they're like, aren't they all the same? Don't like. No,
it's wonderful.
But like
your
that's
favorite show.
Yeah,
you just know.
You know what you're getting. It's all, you know what to expect.
And what I love about this one, so you see like the other couples are like sprinkled throughout the book, so like you can see like who's like gonna come up next.
I love
who should
that.
be together, or like the one sister who's like taking care of everyone, like she'll be the last one.
That's so smart marketing, authors. Good job on that. Because like you're like, ooh, I can't wait to read the brother's story or whatever. You keep buying them.
It's amazing. So, give romance a try if you haven't.
For sure.
We have lots of recommendations
we do.
too. So I was trying to keep it down to a few. So I'm actually reading YA kind of mystery, Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and I'm in the middle of that, so I'll update you next time. But I am really enjoying it. It's back and forth between present day at kind of like a boarding school in Vermont, and there's this mystery about something that happened there in the 30s. So it's present day plus the 30s.
I love those, like dual timeline.
Yeah,
Love
and really
it.
like the kids are all quirky because it's this like private school, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
I went to private school. I went to a private all-girls school here in Cleveland. The Andrews School. Now it's the Andrews Osborne Academy. And I can confirm that private school students are all quirky. What am I reading? Since we're talking Regency romance, I just finished Charity Girl by Georgette Heyer. Have you read any Heyer?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the one? See?
Regency Buck?
Not that one. It's the one with like she's like this like urchin. Oh my gosh, we'll have to add it in.
We'll add it in. I can't remember, but yes.
My mom had me read all of these when I was a teenager.
Good.
They're just super amazing.
When we remember what it's called.
We'll put it in the notes.
Yeah. That one, it's like like romance has all the different tropes, like arranged marriage and age difference and I can't think of any of those now either, but like that one is like an age gap.
I know the sequel is Devil's Cub, and that's their song.
These something shades.
These old shades.
Yes.
Yep. So it's
so good.
Yeah. So tell me about.
So I just finished Charity Girl. That one was okay. It was. Okay, wait. So if you don't know anything about Georgette Heyer is like modern day Jane Austen. And she writes all these beautiful Regency romance novels. They're set in old-timey England, and they're really smart. And there's like, if you jam on like clever, witty banter between the characters, you would like Georgette Heyer, because they're not like smutty. They're very clean. There's like maybe kissing, but like the characters are also smart. You just will like want to listen to them talk, you know. So Charity Girl was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but after that, I was like, I need to read more Georgette Heyer. And I started reading Venetia. Have you read that one? It's about a gentlewoman who's sort of like down on her luck, like her dad dies, and she's left not penniless, but like in genteel poverty or whatever. And then her new neighbor is this like older, he's a rake. Totally. He's got a bad reputation. He's whatever. So he's a problem. And then they meet by accident. She's like out for a walk with her dog and he meets her. And actually, I didn't like this part. He takes liberties with her and he kisses her without her permission, which is that you don't encounter in Georgette Heyer very often. Like you'll encounter like the rapey stuff in like the 80s bodice rippers. But I was surprised because Georgette Heyer's, she was writing in like 30s and 40s, I think. So that sort of surprised me. But of course, like in the story, the heroine, Venetia, she's like, you know, she acts pissed, like, how dare you take liberties with me or whatever. But like then secretly she's kind of into it, you know, because it's a romance novel. Like that's how they often are. But I don't know, the chemistry between, aside from the kissing without permission, the chemistry between the two characters is really good. So I'm excited to finish that one.
And the covers are...
The covers are so beautiful.
The best artwork.
They, I don't know if they, like, they must be classic paintings, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Or if they had someone at the publisher that could do paintings like that. They're really, really nice.
Yeah, they're really beautiful. And Heyer is just like really good bedtime reading because it's just soft and fluffy and nothing bad happens.
If you're a person who like goes back and watches The Office or Parks and Rec because you know the characters and you know what's going to happen and there's not going to be... I have a thing because like literary fiction will have just like war-torn orphans and just... I can't. I know it's an amazing book, but I need some happiness.
Yeah. I started reading Shanghai Girls by Lisa C.
Yeah.
Which is about two like modern Chinese women in, I think, the 30s, and how they get set up in arranged marriages. But I got to this part where there's like, they're in Shanghai, and Shanghai is being bombed by the Japanese, and there's like all this talk, like body parts blowing up and like people are screaming and dying and there's like a torso with no legs and stuff. And I'm like, I can't read this before bed. It's a really good book, but I need soft and fluffy. Yeah. What else have I been reading? So I abandoned that one. I abandon a lot of books and I am not ashamed to say it.
Why waste your time?
Other really good bedtime reading that I've been doing lately is the Images of America series. As a librarian,
saw those on your Goodreads.
I'm sure you have a million of them in the library. They're just like local history books. It's a series of local history books with tons of old photos and like they're like not beautifully written. They're like real dry because they're just local historians writing about local history. But they're great for bedtime because they're you learn stuff, but it's not like there's not like a thrilling adventure where you have to keep reading to find out what happens. So I read about Cleveland's Millionaires Row, which was the old mansions on Euclid Avenue. I've read Cleveland Disasters. Ooh. That one was really interesting. A little more traumatic for like bedtime relaxing, but still really interesting. Cleveland Disasters, I've read 4 of them. I just finished one about the Flats. So like in Cleveland, there's this area of Cleveland called the Flats, and that now it's like our party district or whatever with like lots of bars and restaurants and stuff. But in old-timey times, it was mostly like shipping and receiving and manufacturing. So that one was a lot about tugboats coming up and down the Cuyahoga River. So it was really like I would like open it and fall asleep. But it's still interesting to learn about like what's, where did this city build from? And I read, about Cleveland breweries. We have a lot of breweries, local breweries in the area, so that was also lovely and boring. Very relaxing. Yeah. So romance and history. That's what I'm on right now.
It's good. I've been doing a little fantasy mixed in. Robin Hobb. There's like Assassin's Apprentice, and I think I read the first 3, and it's about a bastard son of one of the princes of the land, and I've been really enjoying them on audio, so it's really nice to dialogue to too. And but they're switching up the narrators on me, so I get used to like the accents from one guy. I think the first 2 books, and then the next one they switched on me, and then I'm in the next 3, and they switched again.
Is it like the same character with a different narrator?
Yes.
Oh, that's so annoying.
And the main guy doesn't really have much of an accent, but all the extra, they put their like twist on it. So like now one guy's Scottish and one guy, I'm like, oh no. But I'm so into them I can't keep them up. But now in the back of my mind I'm like, I wonder like if I get to stick with this guy for the next few, or you're going to switch on me again.
You get attached to him.
I know. I really, and some of the trickier names that are almost like Game of Thrones names.
Oh.
So they say them different from book to book. I'm like, please, would you not check before you do this? But anyway, Robin Hobb, she writes tons of fantasy, and she's
cool.
amazing.
Is it YA or like adult fantasy?
It's adult, yeah.
Okay. I have a hard time reading YA because YA books often are, for those of you who don't read like hard, YA is young adult books. I don't read a ton of YA because I've found that a lot of like the writing is a little bit lazier than it is for adults.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So and like I went through a phase, and they're almost all this. There's like I don't know what it is with publishing now, but everyone got on those, trilogies that are I was like, okay. Yeah. And I've read this before.
Being a former editor and an English major, I have a hard time, like with, you hear it like show, don't tell. And if there's a lot of telling, I'm like, I can't read it. So that's one of the reasons I quit being an editor, because I was helping like newer writers stop telling and start showing, but I had to read a lot of like not super high quality writing, and it was just very draining for me. So now I make knitting patterns. Well, this was super fun. Did we get everything?
Really was. I think we did.
Okay.
We talked about a lot.
We did. We don't know how often we're gonna do this. We're thinking monthly.
Yeah.
If we get real good at it, maybe more often than that.
I gotta knit faster and read more.
I know. Yeah. Excuses to knit and read. I mean, what's not to love? So we did the giveaway. Make sure you comment. Make sure you follow us because we're awesome. We're on Instagram. We post pictures of dogs a lot.
Definitely.
The opening and the closing is always the hardest part. I never remember.
No,
you have anything to add?
No.
Okay, cool. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us for 30 to 45 minutes. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
And scene.
I think that was good.
I think so too.
I was entertained.
Me too.